There's a new building set to open adjacent to us to the south, but for now they're still playing football at the Georgia Dome, and that's where we're located here in downtown Atlanta. Today, it's the penultimate week of the regular season, week 16, and we've got a good one in store between the Denver Broncos and the Atlanta Falcons. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And there is Amari Cooper, his first catch. He's at the 40, the 20, 10, and all the way home for a Broncos score. Amari Cooper with a lucky number 13 touchdowns now on the year. And the Broncos have taken the early lead. Well, that's how they envisioned it, get the football to start the game and score it.
And I don't know if that was scripted. Was it an audible? Or was it just a play call that they had in their pocket? No matter what, they had the right call on against the right defense, and they end up in the end zone.
And he's got it. 7-0 Broncos. The Broncos kickoff unit out there to kick this one away. This will be taken in at the 1. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. They go play action here on first down. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Josh Perry. He's the one that got to him. He takes him down for a loss of 9. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. Zero accountability, and a sack resulted. Slant route's effective no matter who's running the route and catching the ball. But when you have a receiver of that stature, you have to be a little bit more precise throwing it. You don't have the same catch radius with the bigger targets.
And he can't bring it in. Incomplete. He dropped it on the crossing route. 4th down now.
Looked like they had an opportunity for a big play across the middle, but he didn't have the concentration or the focus necessary and dropped it before he could haul it in.
NFL teams last year a little under 50% on 4th down conversions. This is a bit tougher. 4th and 4.
Let's go now. Right 18.
They're indeed going for it as they look to throw. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. Well, we saw the practice film this week. They wanted to focus on these intermediate passing plays, and it paid off there.
And they took that focus not just to the practice field, but in the film room to show the guys exactly what they wanted, what types of looks they should expect to get, and how they would beat those coverages each and every time, and it paid off on that play.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. It'll be a gain of 9, and that'll make it 2nd and short.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
They'll give it to him right up the gut. And no room to maneuver there. Give him a yard up to the 47. Couple of Broncos there in on the tackle. So 2nd down was a run play. Now let's see what they do on 3rd. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. So here we go. The offense is going to stay out there. They're going for it on 4th and 8.
Let's go now.
They're going to try and throw. A hit as he throws, and this is going to be incomplete. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And the Broncos are going to get the football back in great field position. And now the Broncos offense, they get set to head back onto the field. And following that long touchdown pass, a one-play drive last time, see if the defense, you know they're ready. They don't want that to happen again.
And you would have thought they would have been ready the last time.
I mean,
that's what you work on all the time. Make sure that no one gets behind you. That's the cardinal sin of defense, not giving up the long pass. They did. Let's see how they adjust.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. So he loses 3 yards there. Now third down. They need to get to the 29 if they want to pick up a first here on third down.
Brandon, that play ended so fast, it's almost as if the quarterback handed it to the runner, and the tackle was there right away for a loss of yardage.
And down he goes. A sack. They sack him back across midfield at about the 48-yard line. On fourth down, here's Brian Anger now to kick this one away. And a bit of a mistake there. This is well into the end zone for a touchback. And the Falcons now making their way back out onto the field. And this offense last time turned it over, went for it on fourth, didn't get it. They're lucky, though, because no points against the team on the board, but we'll see how they respond.
Yeah, they've got to get a lot of credit to their defensive teammates, don't they? They had their backs on that last series, and because they did so, that allows the coach to still stay aggressive on offense and maybe go for it again in a similar situation.
I was going to say, maybe makes that offense feel good when you know you've got a defense making stands like that.
Yeah, that'll loosen up things a little bit, won't it? Maybe you'll play a little bit better the next time you have the ball.
And incomplete as he was knocked as he threw it, and it took the ball off course. And on 2nd and 10 now. Looks like the defense in press coverage here.
Right 18.
He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. Looking left side, it's complete. He's got it. Give him 11 yards that time and a new set of downs.
When you see zone defense and you know you got a drag route on as your primary call, you got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. He's going to float this one deep right. This is caught at the 20. A gain of 39 that time. A great job pulling that one in from a guy, as we know, who can really blaze. He's got a lot of speed.
And that speed can work for him so many different ways. Sometimes he just takes off and goes and just runs past people. Sometimes you get people to back off so far that you can catch everything underneath. But still, at some point in the game, you probably have to make some contested catches, right? Sometimes you have to go up and beat a defender for the football. He has that in his arsenal as well.
Showed it right there.
So if I'm an offensive coordinator, there's one thing that I know for sure. This is one of the top 5 teams in the NFL against the run. So when I look at my playlist, I'm probably thinking about throwing it.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. That's going to be caught at the 10-yard line.
Holding offense.
And that right there will set him back a bit on the offensive holding penalty.
And you know who you want to pressure after a penalty like that? The guy who just committed the foul. You want to see if he's going to keep his head down or if he's going to get his head right back into the game. I'd send a blitz at him right away and see if he holds up.
Check. Ready. Left down.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. He'll wind up losing a full 9 yards here on the sack. Now it's 3rd down.
Well, how about that? A dime set on defense, 6 defensive backs. None of them blitz. They're just back there in coverage. Defensive lineman gets the sack.
That's where the O-line, they go to the sideline, they keep their helmets on so the cameras can't find them, right?
Yeah, the cameras can't find them, but I know one thing. The O-line coach will.
Looking to throw. He's going to wind up and air it out. This is intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And he returns it up just shy of the 20 to the 19-yard line. They told us repeatedly earlier in the week in our meetings, we need some plays from our defense here on the road early. They got one.
And don't think they were above all week long pointing out to their defense that the other defense is rated higher than them. You going to let that happen, guys? Is that how we're going to play? And they responded to the challenge.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to lose yardage here. Back to his own 18. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play. And that'll bring up a 3rd and 11 situation.
Brad, wasn't that long ago that the guy playing that spot was an outside linebacker type of a guy. Now, as a defensive end, how about the speed that he used to get into the backfield and make the play?
Throwing is Garoppolo on 3rd down. And he will find his man on the outside. A good gain of 14 there, and it moves the chains. So here, the men in charge are going to be looking at whether or not the receiver had possession of the ball as he went out of bounds.
And they have to make sure that the receiver got both feet down in bounds as well.
Cool under pressure right there, escaping. Well, he challenged the play. It did not pay off.
And that means he lost a timeout in that challenge.
And as a coach, you hate that. Don't know if you took the advice of the player, you threw it yourself, but it didn't go your way.
At the end of the day, it all comes back to the head coach. He has the final determination on whether to actually challenge the play or not. In this case, it didn't pay off for him.
And that's got to be so heartbreaking. You throw that flag, you probably feel really confident, and then all of a sudden, boom, you lose the challenge.
Yeah, when you take a look at it, you're throwing that flag because you believe you're going to be right. And when it comes back the other way, you have to regroup.
Back alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's Bronco football to begin quarter number 2. And they're on the move here. They've got it 1st and 10. They'll give it to him right up the gut. And he stopped immediately there. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Now, that result is no surprise. This team is bringing back memories of what? The 85 Bears, the 2000 Ravens. Those teams are so great against the run, they made you abandon any plans of doing that when you played against them.
Now they'll throw with Garoppolo. Throwing left side here, and it's complete. And all the way home for a Bronco score. Their dangerous wide receiver with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Broncos will add on to their lead. And a nice job by him to catch the slant and then navigate and break free.
And receivers love slant routes because it gets the ball in their hands so quickly and oftentimes on the move. And when they're on the move like that, then they get to use their best asset, which is usually their speed.
And their speed sometimes, like this instance, can take them into the end zone. Then he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. And here now come the Falcons. Looked like they had something going last drive. Then the interception happened. Will they recover?
The memory they need to keep with them is that they did have something going. They were moving the ball on offense, had a nice sequence going. Don't worry about the other part. You can't get that back. Let's get back to what you were doing well before.
I thought you were going to say they need to have no memory, but remember the good part, forget the bad.
I like that even better.
Offense comes to the line now, 1st and 10.
Here we go.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Steps away to his left. And he'll slide down to avoid the contact. It's a gain of 7, and that'll make it 2nd down.
Set. Right 18. Right 18.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs.
When you execute a drag or a crossing route really well and give them a chance to let it develop a little bit, you can gain some significant yardage hitting your tight end on that one.
Right 20. Check.
Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. Escaping and a big loss here as he's taken down. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack. He was trying to keep his eyes downfield. Nobody came open.
He's trying to do everything that he had been taught, right? Every bit of the technique. But if no one's open, there is no technique except make sure you hold on to the ball as you go to the ground when you're getting sacked.
They'll look to throw. And Incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up third down.
That was a classic example of trying to run with the ball without securing the catch. He was thinking about those rack yards instead of making the catch first and then taking off.
Here we go, here we go. Right 18. Right 18.
In motion comes the tight end left. Out of the gun now on third down. Trying to lay one up deep. And incomplete. He can't hang on. Would have been a nice catch. Instead, it brings up a fourth down. The Falcons send out their punter as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon.
And when all else fails as a defender, when you're not there in the coverage, your best friend is exactly what we saw there. A big play shot taken by the offense. Unfortunately, it ended in a big drop.
And Denver getting set to take the field. And that recipe on their last drive that resulted in a touchdown looked pretty good, so they'll be hoping to do that once more.
And it takes me back to when we sat with the offensive coordinator and the head coach. They felt pretty good about their game plan and thought there were some holes in the defense, and they exploited them the last time out. Let's see if they can come back and put together a similar drive.
And we'll see if they can do just that.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other.
He's got daylight. The 30, 20, and he makes it all the way down to the 13-yard line. A huge play there for Denver. 65 yards. Well, they know they've got a good starter. Now the guy coming in to spell him shows he can run it pretty good as well.
And I think he appreciates the starter, wearing people down, tiring them out a little bit. He took full advantage, didn't he? Came in with fresh legs and carried the ball.
Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down.
Not a run that you're going to write home about, but still a good first down run. That's what an offense calls staying on schedule. 3 to 4 yards on first down, you're set up very well for the rest of the drive.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. A great effort there. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Broncos will extend their lead. Sometimes a group that gets overlooked, certainly, the offensive line. Right there, they really helped with that score.
Didn't they tell us in our meeting that when we score touchdowns running the ball, that means the offensive line actually scored first by moving people back beyond the end zone? We saw evidence of that on that play.
This is fielded at the goal line. Yeah, he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line. Atlanta now coming out on the field. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut him, all right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field on this drive.
Poor punter.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. Hey, listen, there's got to be casualties at times. We're trying to win a game.
And he'll go down just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. Just a 1-yard pickup on the play, and that's going to lead to a third down.
Well, he did a nice job keeping his eyes downfield, waiting for someone to get open. But once the pressure forced his eyes down to see the rush, it was time to make a break for it.
A bullet throw, but incomplete. Well, they've had a pretty frustrating first half here offensively and then just continued there with that incompletion.
Yeah, definitely frustrating for them, but heartening for the other guys. Those stop troops, they're enjoying things right now because they've made it very difficult for them throughout the half.
They're going to try and throw. And he's got his man in stride, complete. Touchdown, Falcons. A big play there. His 21st touchdown of the season. And the Falcons get a bit closer. So it was 4th down. They go deep to try to pick up the first. They pick up more than that. They pick up a score.
I'm not even sure the analytics guys would think that was a good gamble. 4th down there going for it. But they pressed the issue. And not only did they complete the pass downfield, how about the run after catch that ends up culminating in a touchdown? That's a huge play.
And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. And Denver getting set to take the field. And they will simply, Charles, be looking to duplicate what they did last drive when they were able to push it in for 6.
And they hope it'll be that easy, right? To be able to take exactly what happened before, replicate it. They may have to make a few additional changes along the way because I'm sure the defense will make some adjustments, but they've got to have great confidence having scored the last time out.
It's a big play there for the Broncos. 38 yards. 2 minutes to go here in the first half. We're back to Atlanta right after this timeout. A reminder that coming up in 2 minutes, we'll check in with Larry Ridley in Orlando with highlights and analysis of this first half of play.
And I'm going to check in with a heater.
I'm going to be right. And the Falcons going to use another timeout. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime.
Let's go. Green, 39. Green.
On second down, here's Garoppolo. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. From the gun on third, Garoppolo. Sideline throw, that's caught. Amari Cooper losing 9 yards there. And it also brings up fourth.
They completed the screen on the perimeter, but boy, that was textbook defense. Exactly as you're taught to play against a wide receiver screen, and they snuffed it out for a loss of yardage.
He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. And this one sails out of bounds. I think it'll be inside the 25. It will. 24-yard line is where they'll spot it. There he is, the man taking the snaps under center, heading out for the next possession. A lot of the problems have been on the other side of the ball. Is that frustrating for a quarterback who's been playing well?
It is, but there's no way that the best ones let their teammates know that. They actually take it upon themselves and say, okay, I have to do even more, or I need to play better. Maybe even say I put my defense in a bad spot. That's what true leadership shows you.
Yeah, well, he doesn't need to change much personally. Partner, nothing complicated here. This is just a pretty simple drag route.
You're exactly right, Brandon. Instead of throwing it downfield, they just throw it underneath and let the receiver do the work.
Check.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. He rifles one that's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And they'll take over inside the 45 at the 44-yard line. And he may want to track down that football because that's interception number 1 on his career.
You're saying that's going into the trophy case?
I'd put it there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. That's when you ask the equipment guys to make sure they hold it for him.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime.
All right, here we go.
Garoppolo to throw on second down. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's third down. So incomplete on second down. Now they'll look to convert here on third.
It's a tried-and-true formula, and I don't think it'll change for as long as we play football. If someone's trying to throw the ball and you can put pressure on them and make it tough, that's only going to help your defense.
Yeah, he's since being hurried. He got rid of it before taking the hit, but incomplete.
Oftentimes when a guy has a game like this, he's going to take his offensive line out to dinner afterwards. But after a play like that, he may tell them, instead of getting the steaks, guys, we might have to go for the hot dogs.
He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And a little too much mustard on that one. It hits a couple yards into the end zone. A missed opportunity there maybe to pin him back. They'll throw now on the final play. And he's got his man on the out route. So we have come, and never mind, Larry. These two teams apparently anxious to get back at it. So both teams have their marching orders, and we'll get going again here in quarter number 3. This will be taken in at the 1. Now the Broncos heading back out onto the field. They look good in the first half. They'll be looking to carry that momentum over into half number 2.
Finish a game the way you started it. That's typically the message at halftime when things are going well. You've done everything you're expected to do. How about a little bit more of that in the second half? But be aware they may throw something different at you to begin things.
Yeah, 50% of the equation still left to go. Now it's 2nd and 7. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage.
How about a tip of the cap to the defense? They're working against a very mobile quarterback, but all day long they've kept him under wraps. And on that play, they held him to a short gain.
It's a gain of 6 on the play, and they'll be faced with a 3rd and inches.
And the Broncos go to a nickel set on 3rd down.
Yeah, they've got an extra DB out there. They'll set up to throw. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. 7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks.
And Brandon, from our time in college football, where receivers weren't running the traditional NFL route tree, one thing they did learn, find open areas, find soft spots, and set up and catch the ball. And I think we just saw that there.
Yeah, we saw that indeed, picking up the first. Back to throw now. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. The big man, get the oxygen tank ready. And this is going to be brought back for a Denver touchdown. The offense, they've had some sloppy moments. Sloppy there again on that one, and it could be the backbreaker.
From a defensive perspective, if the offense is going to be sloppy, you've got to take advantage of that. And that's what they've done all game long.
So here's the kickoff now as he'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. This is taken at his 4. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. Now the Falcons offense, they get ready to head back out here.
Check.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Looking deep downfield. So they took a shot on 1st down, but couldn't connect.
One of the toughest things about playing defensive back is pattern reading, trying to figure out what they're doing. And on that one, they had the fly, just sending a guy downfield with the in route accompanying it, what people call a dagger route, trying to hit the guy underneath after the clear out. In this case, though, they're not able to get it done.
Yeah, they said forget the underneath route. They went for the guy on the fly, but as you said, incomplete. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. And defensively going with a dime set. 6 DBs on 3rd and 4.
Check.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he's got a 1st down as he's up to the 48. They give him 14 yards that time and a fresh set of downs. And the offense moving quickly to the line.
That coach is always harp on the quarterback reading the defense and getting it to the open man. That's good recognition there. And how about what he did after the catch?
Yeah, hit your tight end, let him get some rack.
Yeah, when he gets moving, not many guys want to come over and put a hit on him, do they?
Let's go.
Back to throw again. And that'll be incomplete.
Holding offense.
So he got his hands a little too far outside. The ref caught him, threw the flag. 2nd down, offense behind the sticks here. 2nd and 13.
Gun. Ready.
They'll look to throw again. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
After watching him drop that slant, I can hear my old coach's voice ringing in my ears right now. You can't run with the ball until you catch it, trying to get those rack yards before he secured it.
Yeah, they've got an extra defensive back out there now on 3rd and 13. They'll roll him out right. He's got his man on the crossing route. A pickup of 24 on the 3rd down conversion.
They talk about mobility on quarterbacks all the time. Here's where it really pays off. Able to move, evade, and is accurate throwing on the run and picking up a first down.
Let's go now.
They'll look to throw here on 1st down. Flush to his right. And a big loss here as he's taken down. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack. They're going to hurry back to the line now.
Go.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Then he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here.
Everything about that play tells you about today's NFL offenses and what they're asking out of running backs. You can't just be a guy who can run the football. You have to be able to catch it as well, and he didn't get that done on that play.
And some secondary help here for the defense in the nickel on 3rd and long.
Here we go. Left 35. Black half.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Vic Beasley in there to get him, and that's sack number 6 for him on the year.
And we talk about players blitzing all the time. I often laugh and sometimes call it just straight-ahead pursuit. What a running start right back to the backfield for him.
Yeah, it really didn't give anybody a chance to get up there and stop it.
No, I mean, that's really, really difficult. You're asking a whole lot anyway, but when he gets that kind of start and comes to...
This is caught inside the 15. A big play that time through the air. 35 yards. Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo.
Check.
Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. This will be caught at about the 5. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. Long drive. The defense just cannot seem to catch a break and get off the field.
Check. Gun. Here we go.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he will take it in for a Falcon touchdown. A great play there with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Falcons cut into that lead.
I know we don't talk about it enough, but the intelligence level of the guys up front blocking, the offensive linemen, maybe the smartest guys in football overall. Add in a little bit of athleticism and a whole lot of toughness, you've got a lot to deal with, don't you?
That's why the guys in the backfield get them really nice Christmas gifts, right?
If they're smart, they do.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. So after that hot start, the numbers here show the decline. What has the defense done adjustment-wise?
Sometimes when you have a running back who's getting off to a hot start, you've got to catch him before he really gets going. So you change what you do across the defensive front. Instead of the linebackers being back a few yards, you bring them up closer. It's what we call mugging the line of scrimmage, taking away a lot of blocking angles and gaps, and maybe stopping him before he can get going.
Mugging the line of scrimmage, okay.
Yeah, in this case...
Now Garoppolo throwing on 2nd. Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9.
Okay, you know my bias is about to come out here. A lot of people think that the offense is just moving in the wrong direction. I'd say they're moving in the right direction because the defense is pushing them back.
Former defensive guy. Now, as a quarterback 3rd and long, you really got to rally the troops here, don't you?
Yeah, you're doing a big way, and what else do you have to look out for? More pressure coming at you because it seems to be working pretty well.
And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
He dropped that one, and it's almost felt like he was disappointed he wasn't the primary receiver. Because we saw the guy scan the field, came to him on a check down, and running back's supposed to catch that one.
He's supposed to catch that one indeed.
Were his feelings hurt or something? I don't know what happened there.
And taken right on the 30. At Excellent work on the run back there, 33 yards. And the Falcons are set up well to begin their drive as it'll begin in enemy territory already. Now the Falcons offense gets ready to head back onto the field. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
Going to throw right side here, complete. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a third down. He had time, was able to survey the field and find a soft spot in that zone coverage.
And that's where it gets difficult for a defender, Brandon. You go to your spots on the field that you have to cover, and when the offense finds an area that you're not in, that's where they throw the football.
They'll look to throw. Throwing right, and that's complete. And he picks up the first down yardage as he takes it down to the 16. And passing yardage-wise, now up over 350 in this game. Pretty nice performance.
Definitely that, which usually means you're putting a lot of pressure on guys trying to cover. If you're a defensive back and they put over 350 yards on you, you've had a long day. The key to everything, if you're doing it without throwing interceptions or turning the ball over.
And he'll be out of bounds, taking it just shy of the 10 at the 11 or the 12.
Okay, he's not going to get the first down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Only a yard of the pickup there, and it'll bring up a third down. Back now here on EA Sports. It's the Falcons. They'll have the football, but trailing on the scoreboard as we get set to begin the fourth. An extra defensive back in the game now here for 3rd and 4. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. A great read, and it's picked off. Well, that's 3 picks he's now thrown in this game.
And I know this, the holiday season, because here we are in December, right? It is the season of giving. Maybe for his own sake after the game, he may have to announce that he's donating certain amounts to charity for each interception that he threw.
And he'll find some room to get this up to about the 14. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd down. Offense readies for a 2nd and 1. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to lose yardage here back to the 12-yard line. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down. The 4th quarter here, they've got the lead. They want to keep it on the ground. That's what they're doing.
Smart football. Keep the clock grinding. Keep it going. But you got to figure now, they're going to see more people stacked up at the line of scrimmage as they try and bleed it out.
And he is going to lose yardage here. Losing 2 yards that time, and now it's 4th down. Here's Bryan Anger now as he's on for the 5th time here today.
Partner, I think there's a lesson there. Some days you're just having a really tough time, and for the defense, today has been that day. But after that play, what do you learn? You can still make plays even when the other guy's having success against you.
Illegal block in the back. Return team. Automatic first down.
Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively.
Let's go now. Check.
They'll look to throw now on 1st down. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 13 yards there on the pickup, and it'll be 1st down Atlanta. And they're going to speed things up here.
Here we go.
Back to throw now on 1st down. Quick hitter here, it's complete. 11 yards on the pickup, and that leads to an Atlanta 1st down.
Obviously, this has not been a banner game throwing the football, So what you got to do, you got to kind of down focus, don't you think? Find the tight end, take some easier completions.
The interception last drive. There he hits the reliable target. They're going to look to throw. Going right side here, and that's complete. A really nice pickup of 14 yards, and it moves the sticks.
Some think that teams really won't throw a slant route unless you have a receiver that has a lot of stature to him. But sometimes the little guys, they get lost in there. People can't really locate them, and they run that quick cut on the slant, and oftentimes they can turn it into big plays.
Now back to throw. Oh, there's that man again. It's complete. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
They gave up the completion there, but this is what zone defenses count on. Catching the ball and not much run after the catch.
He'll look to throw. Finding a safety valve here. That's complete. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Check.
They'll look to throw again. That's caught at the 1. Call it a gain of 5, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
Seeing that play and understanding just how tough it is to cover tight ends, especially the ones running around the NFL nowadays, makes me glad I didn't make it in that league. I would have had a really difficult time.
But now you get to sit up here with me.
Yeah, and that's fun, isn't it? And what a really nice game right there on first down for them. Brings up a nice 2nd down for them.
No gain on the play there. They're going to need to come up with something better here on 3rd and goal. And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry-up. They'll go with the keeper. And he gets in. Touchdown, Atlanta. It's their quarterback. His 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Falcons draw a bit closer. So he's able to sneak it in, and credit to the guys up front.
Oh, without a doubt, because they had the leverage on this play. We always talk about low man wins and one-on-one battles. That's exactly what happened there. Their offensive line, lower than the defensive front.
That's fielded in the end zone. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. And Denver getting set to take the field. And last time out, went for it on 4th down, turned it over, gave him great field position, turned into 6 points, so they've got to recover here, Charles.
It's amazing what one decision can do in the chain of events, right? The decision to go for it on 4th down.
Caused all of that.
It caused every bit of it, but it showed confidence. Hey, I've got confidence in you guys. Go pick it up for them. Didn't happen. Also showed confidence in the defense. They didn't pick up their end of the bargain, so now they've got to come back out and start over and rebuild that confidence.
They come out here in the eye. On 2nd down, here's Garoppolo. And he's got him. Got his man on the end route. Complete. A nice pickup there, 10 yards, and it'll move the stick. Time is starting to run out, really becoming a factor. We'll see if the defense can get the stop they need to get the ball back to the offense. So it's Bronco football as we get your reset here. They've got a 1st and 10 as they look to try and finish this one off. Going to give this time to the tailback. And he'll lose yardage. And now a timeout defensively by the Falcons. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. Now a handoff as they run left side. And he will be, the Falcons going to use another timeout. That'll be their 2nd, so 1 more chance to stop the clock here. And we'll be back. They'll run it now out of the gun. A beautiful fake. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it'll be 4th down. Now hang on here. Timeout called by the defense. That'll be their 3rd and final stoppage here as we step aside. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. And this is going to carry well into the end zone for a touchback. Atlanta now coming out on the field. And they're going to need another score. Got one last time, but still down here.
When you're playing catch-up, every possession becomes crucial, doesn't it? It's vital. Get back out on the field, punch in the end zone again. They know it's not easy, but what they do have going for them, they did score the last time. They think they've got a good formula working.
And what about the defense?
Well, now you're just saying to yourself, okay, we gave up a score last time. What adjustments do we need to make to slow them down now and get the ball back for our own offense? Is it more pressure? Is it more zone? What do they have to do? They're trying to figure that out themselves.
And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And he's just across midfield and down at the 49-yard line. And that gives him now 3 interceptions in the game.
Well, someone's locked into what they're trying to get done in the passing game. When was the last time we had someone get 3 in a contest?
2011, wasn't it? Kurt Coleman?
Oh, yeah, that's
then
right.
With the Eagles?
That's right. Then with the Eagles, and I believe it was against Washington and Rex Grossman.
That's correct. Possible run anticipation here as the D-line sandwiches together. One final kneel down here, and that should just about do it.